Hi, I'm Adrian and I'm a coach. And today I'm going to give you an overview of the Agile Player Canvas. So the reason I created this is you're often working with teams and organisations who want to increase their agile ways of working, but you can't do that on a team or an organisational level until you think about it from an individual basis. So this is a tool to allow people who are on agile teams to really think about their own development within that context. And I think it's quite a cathartic tool for you individually, but it can also be really useful for when you're working as a team to help surface any kind of incongruence or misalignment that you may have. So let's get started. Right. So first of all, this bit down here, we think about first thing we think about is the values. So a good way to do this is to think, okay, when I've been part of an organisation or a team, when I've really felt that I could give of my best, what were those elements of myself that I could really bring to the table? What was I living up to? Another way could be to think about people who you really admire and respect and think, okay, what is it? What's the essence of them that I really admire and respect? And it could be that you're seeing something that is within you, or it could be a kind of mirror image. Maybe there's something that you recognize that you don't have that maybe you want to develop, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you're smashing all the time. It could be an area where you want to expand and grow. So you probably only want to capture sort of between 3 and 5 of these. So let's think of, I don't know, so teams often think of things like trust, yeah? Okay, or it could be curiosity, yeah? And you'll think, okay, so with the people that I'm working with, what are the areas where I'm, for example, building trusted relationships? Are there people who I have really good trusted relationships with, and are there other people who I don't necessarily have good trusted relationships with? Then you can think, okay, what are the things that I'm doing? What are the ways that I'm acting, or the behaviours that I'm exhibiting that are enabling me to have trusted relationships in one context but not in another? And this can give you various ideas and insights to allow you to think, okay, these are the things that are going really well. These are the things that I want to I want to add. I want to try and develop. Okay, and this is the sort of foundational core, really. So it will allow you to see, okay, are my values, where do my values fit in with the team and the organisation that I'm part of? Am I able to live up to them here? Is it my interpretation of the team's values that is out of whack, or is there just a complete mismatch and imbalance between these? So after we thought about the values, we're going to go up to the top here and we're going to think about goals. Okay, right, goals. So there'll be a range of goals. You'll probably have some personal goals, you'll have some team goals, and you'll have some organisational goals. Now, of course, you can use this not just from an organisational perspective, but today we'll talk about it from an organisational perspective. So what are those sort of personal goals for personal development? What is the purpose of your team? Where are you looking to get to? What are the things you're looking to achieve? And then from an organisational perspective, what's your organisation's mission? What's the strategy? Do these things align, and you'll probably come up with sort of time horizons for these things. So, you'll have some that are nearer to today, some that are, a long term in the future, a few years away, But this will allow you to see, okay, are the goals that I'm working towards actually aligned to my personal values? Are my team's goals aligned to what I believe is important in life, in the world, in my work environment? Right, okay, now you'll probably get some questions coming out of this, and that's great because that's the next section. Okay, so you'll put your questions and your doubts down in the bottom. So for instance, if you come from the Scrum world, you'll have heard of Scrum smells. So where are the things that kind of smell slightly out of whack to you? What are the areas where you've got some concern and you're not sure if things are right? Maybe you could talk to your team, say, well, look, I think that I want to work in an innovative environment, but this team seems to be all about safety and security and stability. Is there a mismatch there? What do you guys understand? And it could be that they need innovative people still within that space, and that people appreciate you for that. We often don't know what people actually really appreciate about us, and having this conversation allows you to sort of to surface those thoughts and conversations with your teammates, and then double down on your strengths and help share them within the team. Right, next thing is to go up here, and this is where we think about our skills. So I'll just put a little T-shape up here, right, because we're all trying to be T-shaped people these days, yeah, where we have multidisciplinary skill sets. Specialism's great, but we need to have some generalizing skills as well. So what are the areas we can help out in? Now it could be, for instance, so this is good as well, because this will see, okay, if we've got our team goals, do we actually have the skills within the team to deliver on these goals? So it could be that everyone is not great at this particular thing, so right, we're going to need to do some learning in this area. It could be that you're awesome over here, so a big happy face there. Other people not so much. Okay, so great, you could share that learning with your team. And maybe you've got some questions again, do we need to do some exploration in this area? So again, these things will give you ideas, this will give you ideas. Ideas. This is what it's all about, right? Creating insights, generating ideas. This is a kind of self-coaching tool, or you can do it with your coach as your team, right? So this helps you then say, do we have the skills to deliver on our goals? Where do we need to develop skills to deliver on our own goals? Are there skills that we're missing from an organizational perspective? It all is really interrelated. Now, all of these ideas, the values and the questions and the skills, etc., will help feed this section over here, because this is about you developing yourself, right? And so you'll get all of your ideas here and your questions, etc. Everything will create like a mini backlog for yourself. So you might come up with experiments of different things that you want to do, maybe with a hypothesis, so okay, if I learn this skill, we'll be able to achieve this goal. If I learn this skill, I'll be able to develop my trusted relationships, etc. Okay. So yeah, you'll have your own little personal Kanban, and that will generate an impact here. So this isn't a kind of just fill out these different sections, tick box, it's done. This is for you this is to enable ongoing reflection and inspection and adaptation. So that then also comes through and feeds here, as does this bit here with your skills and this bit here with your values. So this is about developing others, because we're agile, right? And we believe in communities and the power of teams and all of that great stuff. So it could be that you like watching YouTube videos on new technologies, and others of your colleagues are further behind there. So how could you share that knowledge? Maybe you could include it in your team show and tells, or whatever you want to call those things. Your team sessions. Maybe have an additional session for it. Maybe there are communities within your organisation that you could engage with to help share this knowledge. So again, ideas. Right, ideas. Okay, and this then helps you. This creates that virtuous circle of a team who's reaching their goals, delivering on their values, answering their questions, and building their skills. Yeah. So that is the Agile Player Canvas. So give it a go, and let me know how it works out for you. And good luck. Cheers. Bye.